영국의 재생건축은 지역 공동체와 주민들을 중심에 두고 있습니다. 이 때문에 건축을 되살리는데 사회적 기업이나 비영리 단체들의 활동이 활발합니다.
My name is Esteban Chiton. I am a filmmaker. I used to be a photographer. I decided to move in this country because I was appealed to do my own social enterprise. When I moved in this country, I was still very poor and I couldn't speak English, so it was quite difficult for me to adapt. And then eventually I learned English and I was able to connect with different artists here locally, but also in the town.
치통 씨 같은 가난한 예술가들도 공동체에 자리 잡을 수 있게 비영리 단체가 돕고 있습니다. 런던 헤크니구의 HCD, 헤크니 개발협동조합도 그중 한 곳입니다.
So I joined this place here thanks to Hackney Corporate Development, HCD, which offer me a very good deal for renting the studio. I didn't have much money. Without HCD, I wouldn't have been able to do it because it would have been too expensive. The rent were far too expensive for me.
HCD는 낙후된 우범지대였던 헤크니 달스턴 지역을 변화시키겠다는 목표로 1980년대 만들어졌습니다.
So you see all the building here, not all of them, but a lot of them belong to HCD.
오래된 건물들을 활용해 소상공인과 예술가 등 도시 변화에 충격을 받기 쉬운 주민들에게 도움을 주고 있습니다.
The rent here is maybe possibly half the price of what I will pay normally, and even could be even more sometimes, And I am in the art of Dalston, which nowadays is very trendy. When I moved in, it wasn't as trendy as that.
낡고 저렴한 건물을 사들이고 이를 수리해 싸게 임대해주는 전략입니다.
Our strategy was to acquire property. So what we did is we acquired property, but we then used it for the common good, rather than for private enrichment. Obviously, it's not so that we suffer, but we're not there to make an enormous amount of profit out of the business. We're there to support local businesses in a way that can be supported.
저렴한 임대 공간을 얻기 위해서는 나름 엄격한 심사를 거쳐야 합니다.
We have 75 tenants in these 6 properties, and when a property becomes free, we publicly invite people. They have to be from Hackney or have some engagement with Hackney. So it's about local economic development.
세입자는 지역 공동체를 더 나은 곳으로 만들어줄 사람들로 까다롭게 선별하고 있습니다.
They have to have an idea which promotes the common good, not just my private property, my private pocket, you see. Because what happens with gentrification is that people build property and they're living in Dubai. So they build a property, it looks fantastic, and then they don't actually invest in the local community.
HCD 덕분에 버려졌던 장소들은 주민들을 위해 쓰이고 있습니다.
Before it was still called Guild Square, but it was just a huge car park, and it was nothing. 10 years ago, they start to change this place, to make the pavement, to make a square, and to start organize more and more live events, music event a lot, with the carnival.
다스턴에서는 뚜렷한 변화가 나타나고 있습니다.
And the idea is like eventually we're going to develop more workshops, more events. There was like also a carnival event last week, which was really interesting. So this place could be packed with security people, no car.
경제적 이익을 남기는 것. 그것이 재생건축의 유일한 목적이 돼서는 안 됩니다.
We then choose based on the social impact. So it's not just the can they afford it. It's what social impact will this property, will this business provide? Is it good for the community? Yeah? What's missing? What's good in the community that's needed?
변화에 대응하면서 지역 공동체와 정체성을 지키는 것. 바로 재생건축의 목적입니다.
So I think there's a number of benefits of reusing historic buildings. They can be very good modern workspaces or housing units, as well as being something that the community values much more than some new buildings.
런던 헤크니구에서 HCD와 함께 지역사회를 지원하는 사회적 기업은 350여 곳으로 늘어났습니다. 재생건축이 쏘아올린 작은 공의 효과입니다.